Oh my god, that filter is back. I have no eyebrows and I have to like draw them in, and this makes it look like they're double the size of what I even draw in. So that's what's distracting me, is the like double eyebrows when I'm used to having none. Um, anyway, so today we did a wine tasting tour, which was really fun. And I am not a wine drinker, but I would recommend this because in Cape Town, there really is nothing you can do by yourself. I mean, it's a great city, but it's like, don't go out at night. Don't go up to the mountain by yourself. Don't go anywhere but the mall, and make sure you take a hotel shuttle, not a taxi. Or you could take an Uber, I guess. But it's very much like, do all these things, but not by yourself, and not at night, and not with this, and not with that. So, and that should be expected in any, of these places. Like, there is a tremendous amount of poverty, and that's just what it is, and that's part of the history and the culture, and it's important to understand that and not get snobby about it. There's a lot of people that are really, really struggling in countries like this, and so just appreciate what you can and appreciate what you have, and appreciate the experience and the opportunity to see these things. But at any rate, I am a little bit wine tasting wasted. We've been drinking since 10:30 this morning, and I tried all the wines. Even though I'm more of a beer connoisseur, I definitely have my share of wine today. And I would say, like, at one point I was like goat wasted because there were goats, and for whatever reason, I have to hang out with the goats. I wish I could say this was my first time being like goat wasted, but it's not. And then I got like pastry wasted, and I don't even like sweets anymore, but I like my inner fat girl still thinks that I do. So whenever I'm like drinking, I like buy a bunch of pastries and then I gross myself out because then I try to eat them and I'm like wicked grossed out by it. So now I have all these pastries and I don't know what to do with them because savory will come back as I sober up. There was vomiting today, and so that is disgusting. And like, I cannot even tell you how unacceptable that is on any group tour. Like, I feel really bad. So the dichotomy of this tour is that there's, I guess, like 12 people that came together. They're the marathon runners, and they seem to think that this is their vacation and we're all on it and ruining it for them. Apparently they have friends on a tour that's running simultaneously, same group, and they were upset that they couldn't get on this tour because it was already full. And at one point today, both tours were in the same location, and they literally like wanted everybody to switch buses so that they could be on the bus with their friends, and like the rest of us just go on another bus. So it's really annoying, and it wouldn't be so bad if they weren't like first timers with the group, but they are first timers who didn't do their research and who didn't prepare. And then there's another handful of folks that we haven't gotten to meet because they sort of get lumped in with that group, because so they're all of them are from California. I am the only person from the East Coast. There's like a sprinkling of like a couple people from like maybe Detroit and Florida, but then everybody else is California, and then there's me, Boston, right? And so obviously I am militant on a good day, compared. So there's like 3 or 4 other couples that like we finally got integrated with today that are not part of that group, but we all thought were, because they just sort of got lumped in with them because they're all from California. They're all from like the same area. So we thought they were all together. So then there's like 3 or 4 couples. They're actually normal, but there's like a couple of them that this is their first time with this company. And so I feel really bad for them that this is their introduction, because this is unusual. This is not normal for this company. Honestly, like the only other time I had a group tour, like, well, there were 2 that were this big, and kind of like Germany Christmas market was like 38. And so there wasn't really any getting to know anyone, but like everybody was, I don't know, that was fine. Like there wasn't any issue with the group. It was just too big. Sicily was another one that was really big, and like half the group knew each other, and so that was a bit annoying and isolating, and so that really sort of took away from the experience of that trip. But it's just different things. But this is unusual, to have a large group of people that don't know that they have motion sickness, or do and just chose not to prepare themselves, and they like are all sick on the bus and like complaining about it. And one person today, when we stopped at like one of these wineries, literally got off the bus and like vomited. That is not acceptable, ever. I cannot stress this enough. And so for anyone, I'm not going to name the group because it's not fair, because it's actually a great company, and I endorse it so much, and support it, and like I've really had a lot of luck with stuff. This is an unusual group. This is not normal. It's not acceptable, and no one should ever have to tolerate a bunch of motion sickness, vomiting people in a tour. You should know this about yourself. And even if you don't, you should be prepared. Like the rest of us all have, like, people travel with patches, bracelets. I have a bottle of Dramamine. Never had to use it, but I have it just in case. So like the rest of us all have that stuff just in case, because you don't know. Something could get you at any time. So you have the basics, but I've never seen anything like this before. So I just want people to know, like, this is not okay. Finally, somebody else in the group spoke up about it and said something to the tour manager today about how, like, hey, this woman just like yacked her brains out getting off the bus, and like maybe that's motion sickness, but maybe it's not. And she wasn't going to say anything to the tour manager. She was just going to pretend like it didn't happen. Well, what if it's a contagious illness and it's not motion sickness? Then the rest of us have to worry about it. And like, so it's just this level of irresponsibility and disrespect for others. I've never seen this. I've seen it in other group tours in other places that other people have been on, but not this. And so I hope these other folks that are doing this for the first time like realize this is an unusual circumstance, and like normally these trips are actually really like great groups, and there's a lot of harmony, and like even if you don't like connect with everybody, there's a general getting along. We had one chick this morning that like was late and we had to leave without her. Like they're late. People are just late constantly and like very disrespectful. And so tomorrow we have to fly to Durban and we have to leave at 4 a.m. I don't know how we're going to get 34 people of this variety wrangled together and on a plane on time. I'm already having anxiety about that airport experience because I just want to be the first one to like check in, get my luggage dropped off. I want to get ahead of these people because if they get ahead of me, I'm screwed. I'll miss the plane because they're so freaking disorganized and like, I don't know. So at any rate, like never in my life have I had to deal with people who are like threatening to vomit in a bus. Never. I pay too much money for that. Like, go to Disney World, okay? Like, go do that. Don't come on like an adult tour where people are generally responsible and respectful of each other. Anyway, I'm ranting because I had a little too much wine and I probably need to go take a nap since I have to be up at 3 a.m. So we'll see. But we're about to get out of the city and into more of the safari adventure part of the tour, which is why I need my malaria medication. So I have to make sure I don't forget to take that again tonight. As if I didn't already have weird fucked up dreams. Wait till this thing kicks in. It really messes with your dreams. So we'll see what the next few days are like. But it's overall good day, minus the vomit. But I would suggest that like if you do this tour, I was going to opt out of this tour. I'd initially opted out of this tour or this day optional thing because I'm like, I don't drink wine. I would recommend going because there's nothing else to do for a full day. So just go, and it's actually a really great time. And you get along with people when you're drinking.